Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Tuesday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today is December 18th, 2018, and now the News at Noon.
From the Cortez Journal with a picture by Jerry McBride. Police responded to 3 Durango elementary schools Monday afternoon after receiving bomb threats from an unidentified caller. Durango Police Commander Rita Warfield said the calls went out at 2:25 p.m. to the 3 schools back-to-back at Needham, Park, and Riverview elementary schools. The calls were made by one unidentified caller to all 3 schools from the same number. The caller said there were multiple explosive devices throughout each of the schools. Warfield said Durango School District 9R immediately began evacuating students in the school and police were dispatched. Calls to 9R spokeswoman Julie Popp were not returned Monday. The school district posted a non-emergency message on its website to kids camp facilities or families. Warfield said Monday was an early release day, so most of the students were gone. Students and after-school programs were evacuated. Police searched all 3 schools and found no threats, Warfield said. Now, authorities are working on tracking the phone number from where the calls were made.
Reported by the Journal, the Colorado State Patrol is investigating a one-vehicle crash on U.S. Highway 160 east of Pagosa Springs that killed a Cortez woman and seriously injured 3 juveniles. About 1:15 a.m. Sunday, a blue 2016 Ford F-150 was westbound towards Pagosa Springs on U.S. 160 at milepost 154. The State Patrol said that when the Ford F-150 drove off the right side of the road, struck a tree and spun into a fence. The vehicle did not roll, said Trooper Jeffrey Chmielewski, a public information officer for the State Patrol. In the front right seat, Holly Buffington Yake, age 33 of Cortez, was ejected and was pronounced dead at the crash scene. 2 boys, ages 9 and 10, and a girl, age 12, were seriously injured, he said. 2 girls, ages 6 and 13, escaped with minor injuries. Only the 9-year-old boy wore seatbelts, the patrol said in the press release. The driver, Richard T. Yake, age 33 of Cortez, was not injured. Yake is the founder of the Mighty Lightning Wrestling Club, and he and his wife and the children were returning from a weekend wrestling meet at Thunder Ridge High School in Douglas County, south of Denver. 3 of their children participated in the meet. Isaac Martinez, a longtime friend of Buffington Yake's, said the news of her death is a, quote, terrible shock to the community. She was just an amazing person, and everything she did was for her family and her kids, Martinez said. She loved wrestling and was always at the matches cheering on the kids. Eileen Eichner of the Dolores Wrestling Club on Monday said families in the wrestling community were planning a benefit for the Buffington Yake family. She could be reached at doloreswrestlingclub@hotmail.com. Drugs, alcohol, and excessive speed were not considered factors in this crash. The crash is still under investigation. Multiple agencies in Archuleta County responded to and assisted with the crash.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, the town of Bayfield recently completed a water and sewer user rate study looking forward 5 years. The results show the town needs to raise water rates by 10% to build water distribution line improvements projects identified in the 2018 Water Master Plan. The study also indicates the town needs to increase sanitary sewer rates by 20% over the next 5 years to prepare for and meet new nutrient removal standards and continue to address groundwater infiltration problems in the sanitary sewer collection system. The town proposes to increase the monthly water rates by 10% beginning January 2019 and the monthly sanitary sewer rates by 10% beginning May 2019. An additional 10% sanitary sewer rate increase is scheduled for May 2021. The town is also proposing to shift the sanitary sewer rate to consumption-based pricing for those on metered water. Monthly sewer rates will be based on water consumption from the months of November through March. The sewer rate established will be assessed on the account for 1 year, at which time the town will recalculate the rate based on the previous winter consumption. Properties not on town water will be assessed a flat $56 a month for sanitary sewer. Town trustees will consider adoption of the new water and wastewater rates at its December 18th regularly scheduled meeting. The public is invited to attend and provide comment.
Written by High Country News and reported in the Journal AP Photo, after a long journey through the Senate and House Agricultural Committees, the 2018 Farm Bill is expected to clear the President's desk soon. The bill, which is projected to cost $428 billion over 5 years, is one of the largest spending packages in the country, doling out money for low-income nutrition assistance, crop insurance, commodity subsidies, and conservation programs, among other things. Drafting the bill is usually a bipartisan process, but this year the funding package was held up by House Republicans trying to increase work requirements for recipients of the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, or SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, and a last-minute push from Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke to authorize more forest management activities on public lands. But last week, the pressure to pass the legislation during Congress's lame duck session forced lawmakers to forego these more controversial moves in favor of getting the spending package signed into law. The resulting legislation has important implications for the West. Here are the key takeaways. It will be federally legal to grow hemp. Senator Mitch McConnell, the Republican poster child for industrial hemp, was able to pass his provision reclassifying the crop as a commodity into the final writing of the bill, which is big news for fledgling hemp growers in western states like Colorado, Oregon, and California. The crop is seen as a possible agricultural savior for farmers, but growth in the industry has been hampered by federal rules banning hemp growers from accessing water rights and bank loans. Now that industrial hemp will be legalized on the federal level. It will be easier for growers to cultivate the crop much like any other commodity, and quality for benefits like crop insurance. Every state in the West except for Idaho allows the cultivation of hemp in some capacity, whether it is for research or commercial use. SNAP benefits won't come with stricter work requirements for now. The Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program provides monies to over 8.5 million residents in the West to pay for groceries. And farm-based conservation programs receive good news, but at a cost. The bill preserved funding for the next 5 years for its main conservation programs, the Conservation Stewardship Program, or CSP, which provides financial incentives to farmers who increase conservation practices on their entire operations, and the Environmental Quality Incentives Program, or EQIP, which provides conservation tools to farmers on a smaller scale, paying for things like infrastructure upgrades or soil and water improvement projects. For Colorado's western slope, the Farm Bill holds another mini victory. Overlooked in the passage of this ginormous spending package is the fact that Dolores County, population 2,064, located in the southwestern corner of Colorado, will be granted 4 acres of U.S. Forest Service land upon which to build a much-needed fire station. That's called the West Fork Station. The new station will help the county, which is located near the San Juan National Forest, combat ever more frequent wildfires. According to the Journal, the station is also expected to lower homeowners' insurance rates for residents.
According to the Durango Herald, child abuse increases the day after school report cards are released, but only when kids get their grades on a Friday, a study in Florida suggests. The curious finding startled researchers who had figured abuse might go up regardless of the specific day kids got their grades. But their study of reports to a child abuse hotline that included broken bones, burns, and other confirmed abuse found otherwise. An increase occurred only on Saturdays after a report card Friday. Though overall rates were small, there were almost 4 times more cases on those Saturdays than on other Saturdays. No apparent connection between report cards and abuse was found on other days of the week. That punishment may become abusive when kids don't have school the next day and parents think injuries might be more likely to go unnoticed, the researchers said, noting that teachers are required to report suspected child abuse. Or it could be that severe punishment is less likely on weekdays when parents are too busy to focus on report cards, Bright said. But she acknowledged those theories are speculation and that the findings aren't proof. The study was published Monday in JMA Pediatrics. And now let's take a look at the weather.
Looking at the national weather map from NOAA, continued unsettled weather in the west today with strong winds into Oregon and snow and rain mix over the northern Rockies. Another round of heavy precipitation is expected to move through Florida, the southeast, northward into the mid-Atlantic and northeast. Most of the heavy precipitation that will impact Florida to North Carolina will occur on Thursday, shifting north to the mid-Atlantic, central Appalachians, and northeast by Friday. Rains and thunderstorms, meanwhile, remain over Texas and into the Gulf states, with a high-pressure system keeping most of the rest of the country very dry. Our regional hazardous outlook states a favorable northwest system will bring some snow to the Elk Heads Park and Gore ranges, possibly reaching the Flat Tops and Vail Pass late tonight. The snow continues for the northern and central Colorado mountains through Wednesday, with the heaviest rates occurring in the morning. Wind gusts of 30 to 50 miles an hour, mainly above the 10,000-foot level, increases the potential for blowing and drifting snow during the day. Reduced visibilities and snow-covered roads will be possible on Rabbit Ears and Vail Passes on Wednesday. Snow chances return to the area this weekend. And our local DCTV 5-day outlook shows today sunny with a high near 41, northeast winds around 10 miles an hour. Then tonight mostly clear with a low to 21 degrees. Wednesday sunny with a high near 39 degrees and breezy with a north-northwest wind 10 to 20 miles an hour. Wednesday night mostly clear with a low around 19 and the winds settle down a bit. Then Thursday sunny with a high near 45. Thursday night mostly clear with a low around 24. Friday partly sunny with a high near 45. Friday night mostly cloudy with a low around 24. And a nice weekend is setting up with Saturday mostly sunny with a high near 44. Saturday night partly cloudy with a low around 22 degrees. And Sunday mostly sunny with a high near 40. And Sunday night partly cloudy with a low to 22. And now back to the news.
According to the Cortez Journal, police are offering a $25,000 reward for information leading to the whereabouts of a Colorado woman who was last seen on Thanksgiving Day. An anonymous donor provided the reward money to the Woodland Park Police Department, which is leading the search for 29-year-old Kelsey Barrett. Barrett was last seen on surveillance video entering a Woodland Park grocery store on November 22nd. Her fiancé, Patrick Frazee, told investigators the couple met that day so he could pick up their one-year-old daughter. They did not live together. Police Chief Miles J.D. Young said in a statement Sunday that a search of Frazee's 35-acre property was completed. The property was returned to Frazee. Police have not called Frazee a person of interest. Woodland Park is 50 miles south of Denver.
From the Durango Herald, businesses may not be allowed to put out temporary signs in the public right-of-way because of safety issues, the Durango City Council and Planning Commission agreed Tuesday. File photo. Councilors and commissioners met in a joint study session to discuss updates to a proposed sign code, rules that city staff have been working on for months. The goals of the new code include content neutrality, improved usability and clarity, and increased flexibility. Allowing businesses to put up a sign in the right-of-way, like a sidewalk, creates a safety hazard, much like a person who is sitting or lying on the ground, Councilor Dean Brookie said. The council in May of this year passed a law that banned sitting or lying on downtown sidewalks, curbs, and other public areas. Brookie said that the thrust of the council's argument for passing the sit and lie ban was a public safety issue. Mayor Sweetie Marbury pushed back against this assertion, saying that it is the right of the businesses to market themselves. Now we're going to replace bodies with sandwich boards, Brookie said. I don't think that's going to work. The current sign code became obsolete in 2015 when the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that local governments may not regulate signs based on what is on them. For example, rules cannot distinguish between a political sign and a real estate sign when determining when, where, and for how long a sign may be put up. The topic of content neutrality came up when staff began talking about proposed allowances for yard signs. The code proposes to allow 12 square feet of signage on any property for an unlimited amount of time. What makes that different from a permanent sign? One commissioner asked. The materials they're made of, said Scott Shine, planning manager. Marlboro again argued in favor of signage, saying that limiting the amount of signage allowed will make it more difficult for people to show their support for as many candidates or issues as they want. I'm not in favor of limiting my political voice, Marbury said. Councilors and commissioners kicked around the idea of allowing more signage during the 30 days before an election, but gave pause as to whether that proposed rule would meet the content-neutral standards required by the Supreme Court. Could allowing more signs before a political season be seen as a facade for allowing more political signs, they questioned? City Attorney Dirk Nielsen said that he had not researched the issue and could not give an answer.
According to the Cortez Journal, with a photo by Jerry McBride, buyers will be paying thousands of dollars more for newly built homes in Durango and La Plata County as a result of energy codes local governments started enforcing this year. However, the increased efficiency can lower utility costs for residents in the long term and reduce the carbon footprint from homes. The energy codes govern aspects of a building's energy efficiency, such as insulation, windows, and how much air air escapes, according to the U.S. Department of Energy. Nationally, homes are responsible for 22% of energy consumption, and commercial buildings account for 18%, said Kim Burke, a senior program manager at the Colorado Energy Office. Durango started enforcing the 2015 energy codes in October in place of the 2009 energy codes. La Plata County started enforcing the 2009 energy codes in January in place of the 2003 energy codes. The city typically updates its building codes every 3 years. The county doesn't adopt new codes as often, in part because it drives up costs, Nalton said.
An article from Patch.com, writer Dan Hampton, photo from Viral Memories and Greatest, and ColoradoHulaHoops.com. Just how does Santa know exactly which toys kids in Colorado want to find under the Christmas tree? Perhaps he powers up the computer at the North Pole and consults Google. That could explain how he knows American kids are just wild about Power Wheels, the riding toy from Fisher-Price that allows kids to rev around their yards and parks like aspiring NASCAR drivers. But that's not the case in Colorado, where an analysis of Google searches by Review.org, an internet company that reviews all kinds of home devices and products, has released. Kids in our state are asking for hula hoops in their letters to Santa. Hula hoops, an enduring toy introduced in 1958, are the top Googled in California, Colorado, Florida, Maine, Mississippi, and Montana. Power Wheels were the favorites in Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, Missouri, New Mexico, South Carolina, South Dakota, and West Virginia. The review site said the common thread among those states is that they don't have a single Disneyland between them. Fortnite action figures by McFarlane Toys are popular in several states such as Arizona, Connecticut, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. And it's interesting to draw conclusions along state interests.
According to the Cortez Journal, hundreds of workers at a Greeley-based meat processing company have ratified a contract extension that will include annual pay raises and continued health coverage. The Greeley Tribune reports the current agreement for workers at JBS USA, which was negotiated in 2015, expires in July. The extension will allow employees to retain their current benefits through July 2021. JBS employees were represented in union negotiations by the United Foods and Commercial Workers Union Local 7. The union represents some 3,000 employees at JBS, but Nate Bernstein, one of the directors for UFCW Local 7, says not all of them always cast a vote when it comes time to ratify a deal. Employees will get their first pay raise Monday, then we'll see a second pay raise in July, followed by another in July 2020.
Today's High Canyon Country happenings, December 20th from 4:30 to 7 p.m., the kickoff of Young Professionals of Montezuma County, hosting a fabulous holiday social, introducing speed storming, a great interactive fun activity to help Montezuma County young professionals start building the future of business in Montezuma County. It's casual, fun, informal, hosted by the young professionals and the Cortez Area Chamber of Commerce. They say, quote, "Join us, let's build something great together." It's located at 25 North Market Street in Cortez. December 19th, Shop Dolores, their 12 Days of Christmas Dolores $750 giveaway. No purchase is necessary. You collect stamps from at least 10 merchants. Maps are available at participating merchants. You get at least 10 stamps, complete the entry form, and return the map to the Dolores State Bank at 101 South 6th Street. The drop box is in the lobby. Entries will be collected and winners will be announced on KKDC D Crow Radio between 12:20 and 12:30 during morning drive time, which is 7:30 to 9 a.m. The completed entries are due December 19th by 12 p.m. The first 11 prizes will be random amounts of Dolores dollars up to $50 per day, announced between 12:20 and 12:30. The winners will also be announced on the Dolores Chamber's Facebook page. And the grand prize drawing for $500 of Dolores dollars will take place at midnight at the Dolores Community Center's Wild Wild West New Year's Eve Casino Night on the 31st. You do not have to be present to win. It's brought to you by the Dolores Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center on behalf of a long list of local participating businesses. And Bluff is going all out with their winter solstice celebration, hosted by Bears Ears Education Center and Friends of Cedar Mesa. This Friday, December 21st, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., there are all types of activities. Learn about various cultural perspectives around winter solstice, make crafts to take home or give to friends, enjoy free cider and baked goodies, buy a cozy fire, or purchase some of the best Navajo tacos in the area starting at 11 a.m. and pick up discounted holiday gifts. And all of these happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, original stories, and local posts. To share your event or information, you must contact us by email. It's dcbnnews@gmail.com or give us a call. The station number is 970-677-3600. 4119.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is available online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page on demand.
Be sure to like us there and on Facebook and join in on the news of our area and the conversations, and of course, please share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.